Heath here from PickinLessons.com. Whiskey before breakfast. We've got a nice basic straight up version of the melody here on the guitar. At PickinLessons.com there's a more advanced version where we've got some floating and some different techniques involved in that arrangement. But this is a nice straight ahead version right down the line. So we have two parts. We're in the key of D, we're capoed up at fret 2 playing out of C shapes. In a moment we're going to take a look at part A of the arrangement here in this video, but if you head to PickinLessons.com you can grab yourself a copy of the chart. In the member section there we'll also break down part B of the lesson and you'll have some play along and backing tracks there also. So we are in the key of D. So when we play our C shape here with our capo at fret 2, that is a D chord. Sounds like a D chord. And this tune's in the key of D. Now, we're primarily playing out of these shapes in this position. So this melody kicks off, yeah, sort of in the C, then it goes into a bit of the F and the C back down to the G. And our melody really follows those chords. So do keep an eye on the chord progression for the tune as well. That's really important. So kicking it off, the main thing for our right hand is that it needs to be very efficient and we're just alternating our picking. So straight down ups, following the rhythm, the eighth notes, down, up, down, up, down, up. Any quarter note is a down stroke. So our pick up there is on beat 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. One more time, 2, 3, 4, and 1. When we hit the first measure, we do have some slurs throughout the tune, so hammer-ons, pull-offs. And in this first measure, we have the first one of those. 1 and 2, hammer on. Down, up, down, hammer on. Yeah, then into the open Gs. So there's our quarter note, just the downstroke. So that rhythm there is 3, 4, and down, down, up. First measure, ready, and. Second measure. In this second measure, again, another hammer on there to kick us off. 1 and 2 and 3. Good measure just to see how that right hand keeps following our pulse and our down ups are following those eighth notes. First two measures for practice, 3, 4. If you can really build that right hand technique and make sure that's solid with all these sort of fiddle tunes, you're really going to be better off for it. Measure 3 hits the F chord, so into the C. So we have this descending line through the scale, yeah? Into measure 4. So in measure 3 here, what you're picking again, because we have down, up with a pull off, up. So the right hand has those two up strokes, the pull off in between. Down, up, flick, up, down, up, down, up. Measure 4, hammer on. First half of that measure there, down, hammer, down, up, down, up. Down, very scaly like a lot of fiddle tunes are. So those first 4 measures, we'll come back through this in a moment. Second half is somewhat the same to begin with. And we close it out here in measure 8. So measure 8, resolving to the C. The pickup notes to get us round on the repeat. So here we have this nice basic straightforward version of Whiskey. Let's run through part A once. We do repeat it for the tune, but we're going to run through it once with the pickups from the top. 2, 3. Pick up will get us back into the beginning again. The second time through we'll finish it slightly different to head on into part B. Now we've been counting in 4 beats to the measure. Once you start to up the tempo a little bit you will want to feel it in cut time, and so cut time basically is 2 beats per measure, 2 half beat notes per measure. So we have more like this. So once the tempo does pick up a little bit, you'll find it'll feel natural to want to feel those 2 beats rather than going back to the quarter notes, yeah? So that's just something to keep in mind, but practicing it slow, feel it in 4, it works. Now we're going to continue this lesson for part B at PickinLessons.com in the members section there, but you can grab yourself a copy of the tablature. So PickinLessons.com, I'll see you there.